So welcome to the fourth session of velocity and acceleration analysis by analytical method. So in this session we are going to solve a problem on complex algebra method. So let us see the statement of the problem. The 4-bar mechanism ABCD is shown in figure, which is driven by a link 2. See, this is the link 2 which acts as a crank at omega 2, that is angular velocity is given 45 radians per second, and it is rotating in counterclockwise direction. So the direction of rotation also given. Find the angular velocities of link 3 and 4 by using complex number method or complex algebra method. And length of AB is 100 mm, and length of CD is 300 mm, and length of AD, this fixed distance, is 250 mm. So these are the given data, and this is the given figure. So here link AD is fixed, whereas link AB acts as a crank, and link BC is the connecting rod, and link CD is the rocker. Okay, and theta 2 is given. Theta 2 is 120 degree. So we have to find theta 3, and theta 4 is 90 degree, it is given, and theta 1 also we have to find. So here let us solve a problem. So first of all we have to extract the given data. So AB length is given, that is 100 mm, which is nothing but R2, magnitude R2, because this is the link number 2, therefore we can consider it as R2. It is in millimeter, we have to convert it into meter, therefore it becomes 0.1 meter. Then link CD rocker, whose length is 300 mm, therefore I will consider it as R4, which is magnitude. R4 is 0.3 meter. So AD length is that is the fixed distance is 250 mm. So I will consider it as a first link, therefore the magnitude is R1. So R1 becomes 0.25 meter. So next BC is the crank. So that R2 R3 distance is or length is not given, and omega 2 value is given, that is angular velocity of the link 2 is 45 radians per second. So here we have to find the angular velocity of link 3 and 4, which is nothing but omega 3 and omega 4 we have to find. So first of all we have to identify the angular position of each link, or the position vector of each link. So let us consider the first link. So for the first link, AD is the first link. Let us consider AD as a first link because it is a frame fixed link. Okay, so for this link either we have to find vector A with respect to vector D, or with D with respect to A. Okay, so I will consider the first condition, that is vector A with respect to vector D, therefore direction should be towards A. Okay, so I will consider it as a vector R1. Okay, so it is a vector R1, and its angle is theta 1 with respect to the real axis. Since we are following or we are using complex algebra method, first we have to represent the entire mechanism within the real axis and the imaginary axis. Along x-axis we have a real axis. So with respect to real axis, the angle of the first link is theta 1. Okay, since we are measuring angle in anti-clockwise direction, so with respect to this line we have to measure the angle in the anti-clockwise direction like this. Okay, so this is nothing but theta 1. So the magnitude and the angular position of the first link is over. Okay, coming to the second link, that is a crank. For the link AB, the vector B with respect to vector A. Since A is fixed, therefore we have to find the vector B with respect to vector A. Therefore, direction should be towards B. Direction should be towards B, and I will call this one as R2 vector. R2 vector. Okay, magnitude is R2. Therefore, I will call this one as R2 vector. Then the angle with respect to the real axis. So this is the real axis since we have to measure in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, so we have to measure in anti-clockwise direction. This is nothing but theta 2. Similarly, for the link 3, that is connecting rod BC, we are finding vector C with respect to vector B. Okay, vector C with respect to vector B. Therefore, direction should be towards C. Then angular position. To find the angular position, draw a horizontal line like this parallel to this real axis, because this represents the real axis, and in anti-clockwise direction we have to measure the angle of link 3. So therefore this is nothing but theta 3. This is nothing but theta 3. Next, so the last link, link number 4, since here D is fixed, the vector D is vector C with respect to vector D, therefore direction should be towards D. Okay, and this is nothing but R4 vector. This is R4 vector, and angular position of fourth link is, so first we have to draw the horizontal line like this parallel to the real axis. Okay, then in anti-clockwise direction we have to measure the angle of link 4. So we have to move in the anti-clockwise direction like this and measure the angle of link number 4, that is nothing but theta 4. This is theta 4. Okay, so like this we have to analyze the position vector of an individual link. So always from the figure we have to identify the angles. So theta 1 is, since it is coinciding with the real axis and we are measuring in anti-clockwise direction, therefore theta 1 becomes 180 degree, whereas theta 2 is 120 degree, and theta 4, this is the angle theta 4. Since we are measuring in anti-clockwise direction, so this theta 4 becomes 270 degree. Okay, so this theta 4 is 270 degree. So the first step is we have to write the loop closure equation. Okay, so loop closure equation we have to write. So for this figure, the loop closure equation becomes, so we have to start from the crank. So this crank R2 and connecting rod R3, rocker R4 and fixed link R1. So it forms a closed loop. All are acting in the same direction. Okay, so it forms a closed loop. Therefore, we have to add all the vectors. Okay, we have to add all the vectors because you can see here direction of the arrow of link first, second link, direction of arrow of the third link, direction of arrow of a fourth link, and direction of arrow of the first link. So it forms a closed loop. Therefore, we have to add all the vectors. Therefore, R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R1 vector is equals to 0. So this is the loop closure equation for a 4 bar mechanism. Okay, this is not a slider crank mechanism, it is a 4 bar mechanism. So now we know that this R vector can be written as, R vector can be written as in terms of magnitude and direction. So R represents the magnitude, whereas e to the power of I theta represent the direction. So in this form we have to represent these vectors, positional vectors. Okay, so therefore R2 can be written as, magnitude is a small r2 and direction is e to the power of I theta 2. Similarly for R3 vectors we have to write like this, R4 vector like this, R1 vector like this. So respectively we have to write like this in the form of magnitude and direction. Okay, so now, so wherever e to the power of I theta is there, by using Euler's formula, so we have to write cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, so here we have e to the power of I theta 2 and here e to the power of I theta 3. e to the power of I theta 4 and e to the power of I theta 1. So here in this place we have to represent by using Euler's formula like this: cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2, cos theta 3 plus I sin theta 3. Here also cos theta 4 plus I sin theta 4, and last one cos theta 1 plus I sin theta 1. Now we have to multiply this R2 here, R3 here, R4 here and R1 here and expand the equation. Okay, so after multiplying this we got this equation. So it is a mixture of both real and imaginary part. You can see it is R2 cos theta, so it is a real part. It does not have any imaginary part. But second equation, that is I R2 sin 2 theta sin theta 2, it is a imaginary part. Okay, so it is a mixture of both real and imaginary part. Therefore we have to equate real and imaginary part. So in the above equation, see, this is a real part, right? And this is real part. This one is real part. This one is real part. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 real parts. Write it separately in the bracket. Next, identify the imaginary part. See, this is the imaginary part because it has high term. Okay, here also this is the imaginary part. This is the imaginary one. This is the imaginary part. So take I as a common, then write these terms: R2 sin theta 2, R3 sin theta 3, R4 sin theta 4, R1 sin theta 1, which is equals to 0. So like this we have to equate real and or separate real and imaginary part. So once we separate this, we have to equate real and imaginary part. So here the speciality of this equation is, in the right hand side we have 0. Okay, therefore we can select either real part or imaginary part in order to find the unknown values. So first I will consider the real part. So this is the real part: R2 cos theta 2 plus R3 cos theta 3 plus R4 cos theta 4 plus R1 cos theta 1 is equals to 0. Okay, then the given values. So R2 value is given in the problem, 0.1. Then theta 2 is 120 degree. Substitute here. R3 is not given, so that is unknown. Theta 3 is also unknown. Then R4. So R4 value is given 0.3 meter. Then theta 4 is 270 degree. Substitute here. Then R1 value is also given 0.25 meter. Theta 1 is 180 degree. So substitute all the values and simplify it. Therefore, after simplifying we got R3 cos theta 3 is equals to 0.3, because this value is not given. This is unknown. Okay, I will call this one as equation D. Now let us consider the imaginary part of the equation. So in the previous equation we have separated real and imaginary part, right? And we have considered only real part of the equation. Now let us consider the imaginary part of the equation. This is the imaginary part of the equation: R2 sin theta 2 plus R3 sin theta 3 plus R4 sin theta 4 plus R1 sin theta 1 is equals to 0. Now substitute the known values. So R2 is known, theta 2 is known, R3 is unknown, theta 3 is unknown. Therefore I will keep this one as it is. R4 is known, 0.3, theta 4 is known, 270 degree, R1 is known, 0.25, theta 1 is 180 degree. Okay, so substitute the given values and simplify it. So I will get, after simplification I will get, in terms of R3 sin theta 3 is equals to 0.213. So I will call this one as equation number or equation E. Okay, so now I got two equations, equation D and equation E. So now I am going to divide equation E with respect to equation D. Okay, so what happens? So R3 sin theta 3 divided by R3 cos theta 3 is equals to 0.213 divided by 0.3. Okay, so sin theta by cos theta becomes tan theta, and here R3 get cancelled, R3 get cancelled, and if I divide 0.213 by 0.3, I got 0.71. Okay, so tan theta 3 is equals to 0.71. Therefore, theta 3 is equals to tan inverse of 0.71. So after simplifying that equation, I got theta 3 is equals to 35.374 degree. So this is the value of theta 3. Then in order to find R3 value, because here R3 is unknown, correct? R3 is unknown, theta 3 is unknown. So just now we got or we have calculated theta 3 value. So in order to find R3 value, so either substitute this value in this equation or in this equation. Substitute theta 3 value either in this equation or in this equation. You will get the same answer. Now I am going to substitute the value in equation E. Therefore, in this equation R3 sine theta 3 is 35.374 and in the right hand side we have 0.213. So simplify this equation, solve for R3. So therefore after simplifying we got R3 is equals to 0.368 meter. Okay. So next step is we have to calculate the angular velocity of link 3. That is nothing but omega 3 we have to calculate. So now we have to differentiate the loop closure equation with respect to time. In order to find the angular velocity of the link 3. So we know that velocity is nothing but what? Rate of change of displacement. So therefore we have to differentiate the loop closure equation with respect to time. So that is, so differentiation of this equation with respect to time is equals to 0. So here R2, R3, R4 and R1 are the magnitude. They are constant which does not change with respect to the configuration. Therefore, we have to keep this one outside the outside the differential equation. Then we have to differentiate the remaining term, that is e to the power of I theta 2, e to the power of I theta 3, e to the power of I theta 4 and e to the power of I theta 1. So we have to differentiate this one. So while differentiating, so we have the differential terms I into theta 2, correct? I into theta 2. So I is constant, we have to keep it out from the differential equation. We have to differentiate only theta 2, d theta 2 divided by dt. Similarly, here also d theta 3 divided by dt. Here the d theta 4 divided by dt, d theta 1 divided by dt is equals to 0. Correct. So d theta by dt is nothing but what? Omega. So here in place of this, we have to substitute omega 2, omega 3, omega 4 and omega 1. So we have to substitute omega 2, here omega 3, here omega 4 and omega 1. So now wherever e to the power of I theta is there by using Euler's formula, we have to substitute cos theta plus I sin theta. So here we have e to the power of I theta 2, therefore cos theta 2 plus I sin theta 2. Similarly, here cos theta 3 plus I sin theta 3. Here cos theta 4 plus I sin theta 4. So this term become 0 because so it does not have any rotation. So link AD, this is a link AD, so which is fixed length fixed link whose angular velocity omega 1 is equals to 0. So here omega 1 is equals to the 0, therefore I'm going to neglect this equation or this term. Okay, so now we have to multiply this r2 omega 2 here, r3 omega 3 here and r4 omega 4 here. So after multiplying, so if you see the next equation, so this equation is a mixture of both real and imaginary part. So we have to separate real and imaginary part. So in the above equation, this is imaginary part, this is imaginary part, this one is imaginary part. Rest all are real parts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3. 3 imaginary part whereas 1, 2, 3, 3 real parts. So these are real parts, real part, real part, real part. So we have to separate real and imaginary part. So this is real part we have written separately, whereas this is imaginary part which is equals to 0. Now we have to equate the imaginary part of the equation. So this is the imaginary part of the equation. Let us consider it again. Since in the right hand side we have 0, both real part and imaginary part in the right hand side we are going to get the 0 only. So for the imaginary part it is equals to 0. Now substitute the known values. So R2 is known, omega 2 is known, theta 2 is known. Substitute here. Next, R3 is known, omega 3 is unknown, theta 3 is known. So in the previous step we have determined R3 and theta 3. Substitute here. Only unknown is omega 3. So R4 is given, omega 4 is not given, and theta 4 is given. Substitute theta 4 and R4. Omega 4 is not given. Here it is also unknown. But cos 270 becomes 0. Therefore, this omega 4 becomes 0. So only, so we got this term. So after multiplying 0.368 into cos 35.374, we got 0.3 omega 3, which is equals to 2.25. Then omega 3 becomes 7.5 radians per second. So it is rotating in a counterclockwise direction. So next one is, in the next step we have to calculate the angular velocity of link 4, that is omega 4 we have to determine. So now we are going to consider the real part of the previous equation. So in the previous step we got both real and imaginary part. So now I am going to consider the real part of the equation, which is equals to 0, because in the right hand side we had 0. And for this equation we are going to substitute the values of unknown values, that is R2 is known, omega 2 is known, theta 2 is known, whereas R3 is known, omega 3 we have determined in the previous step, theta 3 is determined and it is a known value, and R4 is known, whereas omega 4 is unknown, theta 4 is 270. Okay, substitute the values, that is known values, and we have to determine omega 4. Now solve this one and equate, solve this one and simplify this. So after simplification we got omega 4 value 18.313 radians per second. It is rotating in a counterclockwise direction because the input link is rotating in the counterclockwise direction. Therefore uh, the other two links, that is link number 3 and link number 4, are rotating in the same direction.